Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the solid pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. And of course, we'll start with mapping out the current range. And we know this now the strong higher low as this this consolidation happened all last month and into this month, but buyers started to push prices higher, breaking out past the highs of the previous range. And now broke structure to the upside, and there's an enthusiastic impulse push to the upside. Of course, this is the data wick from FOMC yesterday, but only looking for any type of buying opportunity as price continues to push out of these areas of demand to higher prices. Looking for any type of retracement, any type of momentum shift. Looks like it's coming down. Of course, back into this area of demand. I'll be only looking for any type of, I'll go down to any type of lower time frame, look for any type of buying opportunity in order to expect prices to target the highs of this overall range. GBP USD, let's go ahead and map out the current range. And of course, similar chart as the dollar continues to get weaker, buyers continue to push these pairs higher, with this being the strong higher low from the previous lows, pushing out of these highs, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, only looking for any type of buying opportunities, coming back down into this area of demand. If it can retrace back down to discount, I'll be looking for any opportunity to buy. There's liquidity sitting under these lows, but any type of momentum shift back to the upside, I'll be looking for any type of buying opportunity to target the highs of this overall range. Anyway, a brief look at DXY, the dollar index. And as you can see with that FOMC news yesterday, it did wick down. No strong closure under these lows, but technically on this 4-hour chart, let's note it was internally bearish. Swing structure. Now, swing structure bearish. It was already internally bearish, waiting to see if it could take out these lows, and it did with this wick. But I'd rather see a stronger closure, but it doesn't take away from the fact that the dollar is weak and it is bearish, pushing out lower through supply areas. The buy before the sell, tapped into that, and just expecting it to continue to push down. It can, of course, come back in deeper into this area, but only looking for any type of selling opportunity as the swing structure bearish. Fractal structure is starting to push up, but internal structure also bearish. Only looking for any type of retracements, just like it is now, making possibly a lower high from these highs. There's liquidity sitting over these highs internally. So AUD USD, let's go map out the current range. And on this 4-hour chart, of course, we've been saying it has bullish swing structure, as of course it buyers are taking out this previous high, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And right now, with that FOMC, it also wicked, just like with the other US dollar pairs, and then came back down. And as you can see, it is making expanding triangle in this area that it's in right now since since last week. Really, this is consolidating. Since it is an expanding triangle, it could be considered a Wyckoff accumulation, with this being a selling climax, this possibly being a spring if it can break out, or possibly form another structure to spring out of this area. And it's only what happens when you see a expanding triangle, and this is the area of demand pushing prices higher, waiting to see if there is a momentum push into higher prices to take out this wick, the highs of this wick, and the highs of the overall range. NZD USD, let's go map at the current range. This is, of course, bearish the most, but turn bullish. Of course, the FOMC news, but New Zealand had terrible economic news, which pushes this down. That's going against, of course, what it correlates with AUD USD, but overall, still swing structure bullish. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's the FOMC wick. But now, like I said, with New Zealand news starting to push down, starting to push to the downside, also targeting some lows. But just look out for these areas. So overall, the dollar is weak, even though this the news made the New Zealand dollar weak, and it has pushed down past this area of demand. So we're looking to see if this fundamental news is sustainable, or will sustain this sell-off into lows, or possibly it could hit an area of demand and then regain its momentum back to the upside. So we're waiting to see, like I said, how that fundamental news sustains. But right now, swing structure bullish. It is retracing back down to discount, tracing back down to areas of demand, which could possibly push prices back higher, or it could just continue target the lows of the overall range. GBP AUD. Let's go map out the current range. Of course, swing structure bearish, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now we start a consolidation, ascending channel. Did break structure to the upside, but again, it's still an ascending channel, which we mapped out yesterday. Waiting to see if this could possibly be a bear flag, where prices will continue to take out the liquidity on these lows and target the lows of the overall range. But right now, internally, fractally, it is bullish. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, breaking stretch to the upside. There's liquidity over these highs. But again, just this pattern, it's just trending. If it continues this bearish swing and starts to break structure to the downside and momentum builds in the bearish direction, targeting the lows. That's what I'll be looking for, but it can possibly retrace back higher before doing that. And GBP NZD, let's go map out the current range. So like I was saying, there was bad economic news for New Zealand. After this was retracing a swing structure overall from this high, it's the strong lower high of the overall swing structure bearish. And of course, we started to consolidate and push prices back down. It got past this area, broke structure to the downside, got past that area of demand. Like I was saying before, it wasn't a strong closure. This also started to have an ascending channel, just like with GBP AUD. But of course, fundamental news came out, and now we have broken back past all these highs, took out all the liquidity sitting over these highs, even went past this area of supply, which pushed prices down. Also, so like I said, with the New Zealand dollar, with New Zealand NZD USD, looking to see if that fundamental news will sustain this buying pressure and to continue prices higher, possibly push past this lower high and push past the highs of the overall range. We're looking to see if that can sustain. And if it does, then this wouldn't be the swing structure would be bullish at that point, but it does look like a strong impulse out of this area. And like I said, taking out some of the highs, taking out, going past the demand areas or the supply areas, you could possibly go ahead and take out the lower high of this overall bearish swing structure. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.